Hello guys and welcome to this new episode of your fantasy football tips and updates. This is our Game Week 13 preview. Let's start with the predicted lineups. For Bournemouth are expected to keep the same lineups that scored 4 goals last game week, with Wilson starting ahead of Afobe and Defoe. For Tottenham, after his recent performance, Son is expected to start along with the star duo Ali and Eriksen behind the lone striker Kane. For Watford, Hughes scored and assisted on his debut last game week, so there is no reason to bench him versus Newcastle. Mariappa is expected to start as Watford are currently playing with 3 centre backs. Now let's see the most popular transfers that happened before this game week. The most bought player is Pogba, transfer in approved, followed by Niasse, which is not approved because the player is banned for 2 game weeks, which is why you should never rush with your transfers. Morata approved, Salah approved, Callum Wilson approved, Ward approved, Otamendi approved, and Sané also approved. Moving on to the most transferred out players: Stones approved, Abraham approved, Aguero approved, Mkhitaryan approved, Eriksen not approved, I don't know what he's doing on this list, Jones approved, Kane also not approved, and finally Chicharito transfer out approved. Did you know that Everton have failed to score in 8 of their last 12 Premier League visits to Southampton? Crystal Palace are unbeaten in their 4 Premier League home matches against Stoke. They won 3 times and drew once. Leicester City are unbeaten in their last 5 Premier League meetings with West Ham United. They won 4 times and drew once. Did you know that Vardy has scored 2 goals and assisted 2 more in his last 4 Premier League appearances against West Ham? Harry Kane scored 5 goals in his last 4 appearances against West Brom. Sanchez has scored 4 goals in his 5 meetings with Burnley, though he is yet to net at Turf Moor. Moving on to Cleansheets Odds. The top 3 teams that are expected to keep clean sheets for this game week are Man United facing Brighton, the Spurs facing West Brom, and Man City facing Huddersfield. Feel free to check out the odds for the other teams before you set up your defense. As for our top 4 players to watch, we have our bets placed on Lloris. West Brom have only been able to score twice in their last 4 league games, and it's only going to get tougher for them as they take on Spurs at home this weekend. Valencia. United have only conceded 1 goal this season at home, and Valencia is the only defender in the team who hasn't been plagued by injury, and he is secure to start almost every game. Sané. With already 6 goals and as many assists in the league, you must be rubbing your hands if you own him. Kane. He let his owners down last week with a single point for the 3rd time this season, but we're hoping it's a sign for an upcoming brace. Our top 3 differentials for this game week are Dan. Crystal Palace seem to be finding their feet again, and with favorable fixtures from Game Week 13 to Game Week 19, there is no harm in looking for that hidden gem within the side. Pogba. Averaging an impressive 8.6 points per match, it looks like leaving him out would be a fatal mistake as they face Brighton this week at home. Note that Man United have won all of their 6 home games this season, scoring 19 goals in the process. Hazard. Coming up from a highly impressive Game Week 12 bagging the high score of 18 points, Hazard is justifying his price tag, providing 2 assists, scoring 3 goals and raking up 6 bonus points thus far. Hazard is a constant versatile threat in midfield. Moving on to the top 3 budget players. Tarkowski. Having played every minute thus far, Tarkowski comes from a team that have showed their strength defensively by keeping 6 clean sheets in total, with 3 of them coming in the last 3 game weeks. They have conceded only 2 goals from their 6 fixtures played at home, with Arsenal having won only 1 of their 6 fixtures played away. Zaha. Netting 3 goals from 6 starts and averaging 4.7 points per match, he is highly influential in the box and seems to be the center of play in his side. Crystal Palace have scored 6 goals at Selhurst Park, but more importantly Stoke have conceded 13 goals away from home. Wilson. Coming off a highly impressive Game Week 12 bagging 17 points, everyone should definitely sit up and take note of this cheap option 3rd striker who had no issue netting a hat-trick in his last start. Now concerning our captain choices for Game Week 13, we have Lukaku. Continuing his great run against weaker sides, Lukaku ended his drought with a goal against Newcastle. He looked sharp and was unlucky to get more. Brighton should provide him with a similar opportunity thanks to Pogba back feeding him chances. Sané, the most certain of City's options, he was rested in the Champions League game. He has shown immense explosive potential this season and he faces Huddersfield, who were humbled by a 10-man Bournemouth last week. Richarlison, the differential punt. Again, Richarlison has insane form away from home. He has been consistent in the last few weeks and faces an injury hit in Newcastle. Now let's finish up with some frequently asked questions. First question, keep or sell Jones, Luiz and Stones. Jones will be back next game week to face Watford away. He faces Arsenal and Man City after that, so it's better to sell him. Luiz did not start the last 2 game weeks and he may not start this game week too, so sell him and buy Aspi or Alonso if you can. Stones is out for 6 weeks, so feel free to sell him. Second question, is Callum Wilson worth buying or is he a 1 game week hero? He is Bournemouth's best striker. If you watched him last year, then you know how good he is. At 6 million and with favorable fixtures, he is totally worth it. Third question, best replacement for the banned Niasse? The ideal replacement is Wilson. Gray can also be a good replacement with Watford's scoring form. He is always expected to be involved. And the last question is, who is the best for game week 13? If you have David De Gea, play him. He is playing home versus Brighton. Between Pope and Elliott, we chose Pope. Both are playing home, but Pope will make more saves, and even if he doesn't keep a clean sheet versus Arsenal, he will get those saves points. This is it for this episode. Get your own copy of the Fantasy Football Mag for more tips and updates. Thank you guys for watching, like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Good luck in Game Week 13, and see you in the next video.